guys from the old Ed Sullivan as a little kid. I used to watch a fellow named Leonard Barr, who was Dean Martin's uncle. Remember him? Leonard Barr, another guy named George Kyle, who was always on Johnny Carson. He never said a word. He wore a derby hat. The wiring from the microphone would get all caught up in him. And also the great, who I found to be my real idol, a fellow named Jackie Vernon. Do you remember Jackie Vernon?
No, I haven't heard of any of them.
Jackie Vernon was my idol. He was a heavy-set tongue kind of fellow, and he just rocked my world. He made me laugh. And not many do. Gilbert Gottfried's another, not an influence, but he's a genius, and I appreciate it. And Henny Youngman.
Henny Youngman, too.
Henny Youngman, Dangerfield. I don't want to sound a little, what's a good word? Like I'm trying to bloat the whole situation as far as the interview, but every time I go on, I usually say my prayers, and I devote my act to all these greats who are gone. So it's a little exercise I do every time I perform.
Like a tribute.
A tribute to all of them. I try to have a list, and I go right through the list, from the Henny Youngmans to the Johnny Carsons, to the Joan Kennedys, the Belushis, the Mitch Hedbergs, the Freddie Prinze.
Okay, let me just throw some names out there of some of my favorite comedians. I wanted to see what you thought of them. Jim Norton.
Jim Norton, we kind of started out in the island back in New York. He's filled with ferociousness, tells it like it is, and he's on one. I find him to be on one. He's unique. He's a unique guy. He's got this tremendous energy, kinetic. He emits a lot of energy, and he's like a trapped panther. You don't know where he's going to go, and I like that. You always got to be on edge. And we did a comedy competition out in Long Island with a place called Governors, and he actually beat me out. So, but no animosity.
Well, he's very talented. How about Rich Voss? You appeared with him on Last Comic Standing. He's gone on to bigger and better things as well as yourself.
Rich Voss is the, he's a great writer. And he's also in your face. I mean, as far as, whatever he comes up with is just money in the bank. He's real quick, very quick, and he's very tanned, and he's a good guy.
How about, are you familiar with Patrice O'Neill?
Patrice O'Neill, I know from New York, from the comic strip in New York. He's another guy who made his mark. We all kind of started out at the same time, and some have evolved and, reached the heights of notoriety, and he's one.
And last, Bill Burr. Familiar with Bill Burr?
I know Bill Burr. Will Bill Burr hear this?
I hope Bill Burr will hear this, but probably not, since there's probably about 50 people a day.
I know Bill Burr in his early years at the comic strip in New York, the Carolines and all, and he's a great guy. I saw him at the Comedy Store not too long ago, but I noticed a certain aloofness, if I can be honest. I noticed a certain aloofness, but still a healthy aloofness.
So Bill Burr is very aloof.
No, there's a form of aloofness there. I might be reading him wrong, which I usually do anyway, but he's a good guy. He's stand-up, and he plays the minority. He plays in a lot of minority-based stuff, and I got to give him my accolades to him.
That's good.
Is this supposed to be fun?
Well, yeah, but it's also supposed to find out more about
me,
you, and your influences. I don't know if you get a lot of interviews that ask you about your influences.
Never. But like I said, Jackie Vernon was my man. I was like a little 9, 10-year-old, and I was attracted to the Ed Sullivan Show, living with my grandmother in the Bronx, New York, and I saw all these greats, and they don't have that form of humor anymore. There's no more one-liners, an obsolete form of humor. Teams, teams, there's no more teams anymore. It's become a very in-your-face type humor, and that's what audiences are trained to do now. They want to hear it.
And just to wrap things up a little bit,
that's it.
I just wanted the people to know, like, where you're going to be over the next few months and where people can find you. Obviously, they can find you on www.jlondonlive.com.
Right now, yes.
Do you have any other website or fan site?
I have a lot of websites in my house, but they're ruled by spiders.
And I did read on your website, there's a movie, Made in Brooklyn?
Made in Brooklyn, yes, Made in Brooklyn. I played a legless Vietnam veteran who sells wood in upstate New York. And I did a little pilot with my sister, which I'd like to give you. I did a pilot of two neurotic people living together from what happened with Last Comic Standing and the demise. So I'd like to give you a 21-minute test pilot, which should be condensed down to about 7.